So what should we bring with us to the interview?
I see the resume as being a description of your past. And that's actually one of the biggest things we have to coach executives on when it comes to interview preparation is you don't want to go in there and just, as Marcia said, itemize everything that you've done. That may have got you in the door, and that was good to get you in the door, but now we're dealing with actual stakeholders of a company. And like I said before, there's going to be 6 to 7. Picture the interviewer as the person who has to go out there. Now you've talked to them for an hour. Now they completely love you because you are so awesome, right? And now they have to go create buy-in. Well, the only problem is that your competition, they've all done wonderful things too. And if it just becomes this contest of who's done more impressive things, it's just going to end up being apples and oranges. The interview process is about not just sharing what you've done, but how what you've done benefits them. Now you've got a story. Now, instead of walking in and dumping a box of jigsaw puzzle pieces on their desk saying, okay, now you all talk amongst yourself and put the picture together, and if you like it, give me a call. You actually put the picture together for them and show them how all these things that you've done uniquely benefits them. That's the leave behind for the interviewer. That's why we really work with our members to help them not take the interview process back 3 steps and leave behind an interview, but leave behind what we call a value graphic. Because what the value graphic does is it has that value conversation, that translating you from the biggest mistake that most executives make, which is the experience conversation, and translating that into the actual value conversation. And when that is the leave behind, now they've got a tool that they can create buy-in. Now they get all their stakeholders together and they say, here is exactly why this person is right for us. It's all right there. And that is taking your interview process forward versus taking your interview process backwards.
Terrific. Anyone want to add anything more to what Sandra said before we move on to the next chapter here?
Well, I would just like to add one thing, and that
Please.
is do your research. If you're a CEO or COO level, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be talking to the board. Research the board. Where did they come from? What have they done? And then see if you can draw some parallels about your life. Like, yeah, I remember I was a government contractor also, and that time we got that $50 million contract that we didn't expect, and this is how we did it. So you tell stories knowing that that may be that board member's background as well. So you're creating affinity. You're creating a way that they can identify with you. You're creating the likability. You're creating the competency view. And you've also affirmed them by caring enough to research about the people that are going to be interviewing you. I think that is very, very important. You know, it's like a lawyer. Don't go in there not really knowing anything. Know the landscape, know the people, know their product, know everything you possibly can about the company and the people running the company. I just think that's critically important. And then how do you really fit in?
Right. Absolutely. Critical advice.